The convention week will come to order. We are now holding the 91st North Dakota FFA Convention Week. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The Reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people, in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duty is there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries, wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duty is there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
Mr. President, I'm pleased to announce that North Dakota FFA has 6,226 members.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
To practice brotherhood,
Honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities,
and develop those qualities of leadership
which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the 91st Virtual Convention Week, duly open to the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. FFA members, advisors, families, supporters, and those of you on the World Wide Web who may be new to FFA, welcome and thank you for clicking play, because at a time when home is something that unites us all, we are beyond excited to be able to come into yours with our first ever virtual delivery of the North Dakota FFA State Convention. Now, whether you're watching from work or from home, at your computer or on your phone, convention always has and always will be rooted in celebrating you, our members, and everything you've worked toward throughout the year. Regardless of if it's in person or online, the growth, success, and steps taken by each and every one of you towards strengthening FFA, agriculture, and our communities is noticed by many. We, as North Dakota FFA, are truly proud of everything you have done and continue to do in light of what has transpired. I gotta say, I am so ready to experience this week with all of you because, folks, we're gonna do some things that have never been done before. We will get to experience some of that firsthand in this very session because I'm going to take us all the way over to the East Coast to hear a message from one of our National FFA officers. But first, we're gonna get things rolling right here with one of our very own, Breanna Hosmann of the Hebron FFA chapter, as she performs our National Anthem. Listen in.
Oh, say, can you see by dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Breanna. Now, the way we're finishing out this year may not be conventional, if you will, but I can guarantee you it will be memorable because we have a full week planned, and I'm about to give you the rundown. Now, each of the 4 days of convention will be posting a series of videos. Each day will have a main session which will consist of things like state degrees, proficiencies, and even a creed performance on Thursday. You'll find opportunities to participate in some awesome evening events, whether it be the FFA social or another round of trivia night. Scattered throughout the week will be retirement addresses from your very own 2019-2020 state officer team. And capping off the week will be something to keep your eyes on as the state officer team and I travel across the state to deliver the news personally to the newly elected state officer team that they were elected. This whole week is unlike anything we've ever done before. It's historic, and I'd like to thank everybody who's been a part of the process for putting in the work to produce something we can all enjoy. And what we have coming up next is something we will definitely enjoy. Coming at us from the lovely state of Virginia, I am pleased to introduce our National FFA Eastern Region Vice President, Tess Seibel.
Hey there, North Dakota FFA. I'm Tess Seibel, and I'm serving this year as the National FFA Eastern Region Vice President. And I wanted to take a second and say how proud I am for all of the hard work that you have put in this year and congratulate you on your state convention. You know, convention season always reminds me of some experiences that I had while I was an FFA member. And one of these experiences that recently came to my mind was about FFA camp. You know, a little backstory on this. I went to camp when I was in 9th grade, and I was the definition of awkward in 9th grade. I was super small for my age, and my self-confidence was about as big as my height. Picture this. I am this tall, had huge glasses, and a haircut that wasn't cute. In fact, some people have told me that I looked like Harry Potter. Flattering compliment for a teenage girl, I know. Flash forward a couple months, Harry Potter Tess walks herself into FFA camp. I had a fun time at camp, sleeping in the bunkhouse, beating the July summer heat in the pool, and played way too many games of capture the flag. I had a phenomenal time at camp, but I left feeling like the same awkward little kid that had arrived. Luckily for me, we have a camp tradition where we write happy grams or encouraging notes to other campers. You know, thinking about that now, I've never really known what to write on those things. Like, you're cool, glad we met, keep in touch, here's my email or whatever. But as I looked in my bag on the way home from camp that year, I saw a note that taught me what a happy gram should look like, and that note was from someone that I looked up to. On the note were the simple words, "I believe in you." Whoa, hold up, this person who I looked up to believed in Harry Potter Tess? It might sound simple, but that note was powerful because it was the last thing that I expected to find in my bag that year. Even though it was just a simple little note, it made a difference. You know, the small things that we do to encourage other people really do matter. What I've learned through being an FFA is that FFA is a family, and families support each other in good times and in bad. You know, guys, right now we are being asked to step up in an incredibly big way. And one of the things that we are being called to do is to support those around us. Remember, though, that support can be done in small acts of kindness. For some of us, we might support those around us by writing a note to them. For other people, it might be picking up the phone and calling their grandparent, or even texting a funny meme to someone that we know could use some encouragement. The thing is, kindness doesn't have to be big, grand actions. It can be small actions done with a lot of love. And those small actions really do matter. North Dakota FFA, congratulations again on your convention. I challenge you right now to keep on walking and to find small ways to support other people along the way. See you guys soon.
What a way to kick things off, Tess. I can speak on behalf of all of North Dakota FFA when I say that we would love to have you visit our state someday in the future, but nevertheless, we appreciate the work you and your team are doing now to enrich the experience of FFA members across the country. That brings us to the end of this video, but don't go too far because the fun continues with our very own Anna Stoppelworth and her retiring address at 4 p.m. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.